Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Priscilla and I make YouTube videos about career, travel and lifestyle and anything in between. I am basically documenting my journey as I go through adulthood, and so I take you along with me. Anyway, today I have come to talk about how to level up in your 20s. I know that most of you who watch my channel are around 33 and below. So most of us are basically growing up together. So I just want to share a few things that I feel like helped me grow up or helped me elevate myself in my 20s. And I must say that must have been from I think around 2014 upwards, because basically below that I don't know what I was doing. I was just existing. Anyway, so the first point is educate yourself. I think that one of the key things that has been very helpful in my journey in terms of self-awareness and just elevation and just growing and challenging myself has been educating myself outside school academics, outside books, that like just reading books, taking classes that are not part of your academics. Like I remember I took a class on putting your dreams to the test. Oh my god, that book and that mastermind, I honestly feel like it propelled me into being bold and just challenging myself and doing stuff that I feel like are close to my heart. Like honestly, I feel like educating yourself beyond, like I think sometimes we focus so much on school, but there's much more beyond school. I remember there's a book that I read called Smart Money RSA, Smart Money Woman by RSA. I think she's a Nigerian author. Guys, that book, it was an easy read, but it just opened my mind up so much to how to keep your money and protect your money. And I feel like it challenged me in terms of financial growth and financial stability. So educate yourself. Google is your best friend. There is lots of free courses online. Like you don't have to pay. Google has so many resources. You can get so many free books. So educate yourself. Then number 2, invest in your spirit. Learning spiritual disciplines early on in your spiritual life, however that looks like. For me, I'm a Christian, and so my spiritual life involves things like prayer, reading the Bible, praying in tongues, and prophecy and stuff like that. And guys, I can't tell you, I honestly feel like sometimes the prayers I prayed on campus or in those days are still sustaining me now. That's how I'm not to say I don't pray anymore, but life sometimes gets busy, and sometimes we used to go like 40 days fasting on campus, and now it's not so easy because you're working, you have the move, a lot is happening. But because I learned that discipline early on, it's not foreign to me right now, so fasting is not like a foreign thing, because that's something we grew up doing. So invest in your spirit, invest in your spiritual disciplines, invest. Discipline is the third one. Guys, I still struggle with this, so I cannot say that I have arrived, but I feel like discipline. Learn how to be disciplined. Discipline yourself. Wake up early. Honor your word. Keep to a timetable. Plan ahead. Discipline. Guys, I struggle with discipline up to today, because sometimes I'm like, no, why do we have to adult? But seriously, I feel like the little discipline that I had helped me to elevate myself in my 20s. I'm 33 now, 32, turning 33, guys. I'm old. Anyway, discipline. The fourth one is, guys, stop wasting time. In your 20s, you feel like you have so much time. There's so much, 30 seems so far, but I feel like it's the way you start in your 20s sometimes determines how your 30s end up. And it's not to say that you can't redeem time. God is a redeemer of time. But I feel like, why should you wait for that? Why should you ask God to redeem time if you can redeem time now? So stop wasting time. Use your time constructively. Honestly, I don't understand why you should be following gossip blogs. Why? Why are you following all the gossip blogs? Why are you watching all the gossip videos? Why are you so concerned about other people's lives when you have your own life to concern yourself with? Drink your water, moisturize, and mind your business. Like, mind the business that pays you, mind the business that grows you. So stop wasting time. Like, don't waste time. If you like those people who subscribe to all the gossip blogs, who knows what's going on with every artist, honey, yeah, you'll be the one in overnight praying prayers of God, redeem that time that we wasted in our 20s. No, don't waste time. Stop wasting time. Invest that time. Read a book, learn a new skill, start a hobby, go off to therapy, invest in your friendships. Like, stop wasting time in your 20s. And there's this whole lie that, oh, you have so much time ahead of you. That's true. Life doesn't stop, but I feel like the foundation that you build sometime right now in your 20s, you can build on further. So imagine the things I know now, guys. If I had known in when I was 23, you guys I would be like 10 steps ahead. So stop wasting time. Invest in yourself. Invest in your friendships, in your family, in your networks. Don't gossip. Don't sit around gossiping about who's dating who's dating a sugar daddy, who is like, that's none of your business. None of your business. Then the fifth one is deal with yourself. Deal with yourself. Like, I feel like in your 20s, it's a time for you to start dealing with your trauma. I know not all of us can afford therapy in our 20s. It's expensive, and I really wish there was like a therapy fund. Maybe I should start one. A therapy fund where people can, apply and get some free sessions. But deal with yourself. Recognize your traumas, recognize your pain, recognize your toxic behavior, because all of us have some of those characteristics. Stop things like people pleasing. Like, honestly, for me, that was a struggle. Like, people pleasing, dealing with my own fears and my insecurities, imposter syndrome. Like, if you can start now in your 20s, by the time you're like in your 30s, you may not entirely get over some of those things, but you will know how to deal with them when they rear their heads. So deal with yourself. That goes back to stop wasting time. If you stop wasting time on people, you will focus on yourself, and instead of gossiping about what Winnie did, or what any of the influencers that people follow did, you will focus on yourself and start dealing with your own issues. So by the time you're like 33, you're not a bitter old, you're not old, but you're not a bitter 30-year-old woman, So deal with yourself. And then the sixth one is learn about money and how to keep it. I remember my first job where I earned in dollars. I used to work as like a research assistant at Human Rights Peace Center in Makerere University, and I earned $200, guys. That was a lot of money. Then $200 was for a campus. That was a lot, and that dollar was like strong. It was a lot of money. I bought spices, I bought my mom some stuff, I bought jeans, I bought hair, synthetic hair. Like, I really splurged. And it's okay, like, it's really okay to do that with like your first paycheck. It's really fine. But I feel like if you have the opportunity, learn about money and how to keep it and how to multiply it. I try to do a business, a sandwich business, selling sandwiches at prime time. I really tried, but I didn't know much. So I feel like if I had learned about money then, I think stuff would have been a bit easier. So learn about money, read books about money, listen. I think right now that people who are growing up in this age are so fortunate because there's such a wealth of knowledge. Podcasts, there's YouTube videos, there is books. There are so many people talking about it on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. So you are not, there's no lack, there's no shortage of information. So learn about money and how to keep it. And the seventh is listen to older people in your life. Like when you're young or in your 20s, you're like, what does my mother know? What does a 40-year-old person know? But you don't have to learn through experience. It's okay to listen to what people who have gone ahead of you have told you and what they've experienced, and you can see. Sometimes people who have gone ahead of you will talk to you out of their own insecurity, out of their own fears, and it's understandable. So it's fine for you to say, look, that's not my reality, and it's fine. Like, I have received advice from people who are much older than me, and I recognize that sometimes it's from a place of fear, a place of anxiety, a place of their own insecurity. But nevertheless, sometimes they've also spoken stuff to me, and I'm like, there is some wisdom in this. So listen to people who have gone ahead of you and weigh their advice, against what you think. Somehow God will guide you, but listen, don't discount every older person's advice. Say, oh, what does my mother know about dating? Sometimes your mother will tell you, that man or that boy, I don't trust him, or that girl. Sometimes your mother will warn you about some of your girlfriends, and you're like, nah, what does my mom know? What does my big sister know? But experience sometimes is better than you going through it. So listen to older people in your life. And then the 8th one is, men are not the center of the universe. Like seriously, men are not the center of it. So stop centering men and boys in your 20s. Stop it. Like stop it. In your 30s, like we all have learned that lesson, right? Like if you're 30s and you're still centering men, no. Therapy is your portion. But no, I'm in your 20s, there's this whole thing of banana, you dating, and then a man breaks your heart and you feel like it's the end of the world. Guys, men are not the center of the universe. Men are awesome. I love uncles. You guys know, like I'm all about uncles. Uncles are awesome. They add spice to life, but they are not the ish. They are a cherry on top of the cake. So stop centering men, right? Don't take dating too seriously. If things fail, be like Lori Harvey, like pull a Lori Harvey. Like all of us have seen Lori Harvey with how many men, and you don't have to sleep with every man you're dating. Normalize keeping intimacy outside of the dating area. Like you don't have to have sex before marriage. You don't have to bow to the pressure if you don't want. It's okay to wait. Like normalize things like abstinence till marriage. Normalize things like normalize it. Like it's not pressure. There's no harm in saying I'm not ready to have sex with you, but I'm gonna date you anyway. So, like pull a Lori Harvey. Like if a guy dumps you or if things don't work out, move on to the next. Keep moving. Don't dwell so much and cry and think like, oh my God. Some people say, I want marry again, I want date again. No, honey, men are amazing. Like I can't imagine a life without men. Men are amazing. However, they are not the center of the universe. So don't center them. Do not. Just keep it moving, and pull a Lori Harvey thing, And then the 9th one is, you don't have to jump on every trend. I think that goes back to fashion and social life and stuff like that. There's many things in your 20s that will come and go. So you don't have to jump on every trend. Like it's okay not to be part of the cool gang. Like make peace with who you really, really, truly are. Okay for you to swim against the tide. Just because everyone is doing something doesn't mean it's right, and doesn't mean you should do it. Even if it's not wrong, like I think it's fine for you to just make peace with who you truly are. So you don't have to jump on every fashion trend. You don't have to jump on every social trend. Like even in terms of language and slang, sometimes people, like even songs, honestly, trust me, there's songs that I don't know. Like they'll be playing and I'm out, I'm like, oh, okay, that's like a new song, and like I'm not embarrassed about it. So in your 20s, one of the ways to elevate yourself is just be who you are. Like people will appreciate it and they will make peace with that. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's who she is, and that's fine. So don't feel the need to fit in, because then you'll be crippled. Your light will be dimmed. Just be yourself. Then the last one is, be mindful of who you call friends in your 20s, because I feel like the people you surround yourself with play a great role in helping you to elevate yourself, in helping you to grow, to stretch, and to welcome new stuff in your life. So be very careful. And on that note, I also want to say that it's fine, friendships come and go. Like honestly, and that's such a painful lesson for me. I'm still learning. It's so painful. Like I think it's worse than even a romantic breakup, but oh my God, like a friendship breakup is very painful. However, it's okay. Like it's, if your friend cuts you off, like man, make peace and allow it. Respect people's boundaries. So be careful who you welcome in your life, but also don't close your friendship circle off simply because you've been hurt. In your 20s, it's a time to make friends, embrace new friendships, because you don't know who you're welcoming in your life. Like honestly, for me, I have had amazing girlfriends, amazing male friends. They've challenged me, they've called me out, they've helped me to grow, they've stretched my imagination, and I don't think I'd be who I am now without some of those friends. Like, some of them have taught me how to be generous, some of them have taught me how to love more, how to dream big, how to pray more. So allow God, when God brings people into your life, allow them in, and don't close yourself off because of what you've been through in the past in terms of friendship. So be open and let God lead you in terms of friendships, both male and female. I don't think that it's only female friendships. Also, I have male friends that I can count on, like today. If anything happened, I would call them and they would show up. So be open, and that's one of the ways that really God can minister to you in your 20s. So these are some of the ways that I feel like you can use to elevate yourself in your 20s. Don't waste time, man. Like, don't buy into this myth that 20s are for just partying and getting drunk and falling on the street and just, wasting away. No, don't waste your 20s, because I feel like if you sow right now in your 20s, you will definitely reap in your 30s, because I honestly feel like I'm reaping right now what I sowed in my 20s. But yet, had I sowed more, guys, I'd be reaping more. So, imagine. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like, I honestly wish by this time we have like 1K. Like, I don't know, like, my content is like premium content, but you guys just don't appreciate. Anyway, I'm joking. Have a good day. Bye.